My name is Matt Stein. I work for Navitus Health Solutions, and I am reviewing the UCS X. Currently, we are using UCS across the board for ESX hosts, VDI for virtual machines, Windows machines, Linux machines, and OpenShift. We haven't had a ton of opportunities with it. Some hardware, mostly RAM, DIMM replacements, couple NICs, general hardware things, nothing too serious. The benefits of UCS is that if you have an issue with a blade, you just simple profile move, usually 30, 45 minutes of downtime. The customers that we support internally seem to like that a whole lot. So even if we have to do some sort of maintenance, the business is also a big fan of it. So when we're doing things like firmware or there is a hardware failure and downtime, it's pretty quick to move a profile and get back up and running. Granted, this is specific to the UCS X, but that is across both the older versions and current UCS X platforms. As mentioned, the profiles, the ability to take a down server, move the profile, and get it back up and running as quickly as possible. Generally, to a business is the cherry on top. They like to hear things are going to be back up and running as quickly as possible, because if you're not running, you're not making money. If you're setting it up from scratch, there's some daunting tasks, but there's a plethora of guides that are available if you can find them and you're willing to read. That would be the biggest con. As someone who really likes pictures and likes things to just kind of work, and that is a flaw that I will admit, once you get over the hurdle, things just kind of seem to run from there on forward. Little tweaks here and there. Like I said, once you're up and running, it's pretty easy to maintain, and it's good to go. If you're willing to learn and stay up with how things change in the Cisco world, I would give it a solid 7 or 8. Best use case, if you ask me, would be doing ESX or virtualization in general, just because the ability to move them around. Like I said, if one goes down, you just kind of move a profile, or just swapping blades from chassis to chassis. From a hardware standpoint, the biggest issue we saw, because of constraints, we do claims processing, so it's pretty intense on hardware. Doing a Linux machine that requires a lot of horsepower, we saw some downsides there. That's a very, very specific situation that most companies won't run into. But from our background, that was kind of the only con that we really saw. From a physical server hardware standpoint, I've used a few Dell servers and a lot of HP ProLiants previous to going to UCS. The ability to kind of plug and play, you have a series of fiber interconnects that you just plug a new chassis into, and they connect up, and that they exist in your domain, is a lot easier than plugging in and bringing a crash card over to install Windows, and then doing all your networking and getting it into your company's domain. It's a lot of steps that you can simplify by just having it into your UCS infrastructure. So when you're doing a lot of builds of servers, the quicker you can do it, the easier you can make it. It's easier across the board. And that's from a standpoint of 10 years ago, those things were a lot less automated as they are now. So the quicker you can do it, a repeated process, the happier everyone is. I love Intersight. I made the push to kind of not necessarily standardize it, but make it more utilized in our company. As mentioned, we're a small infrastructure team, so the more automated we can do things, the easier life becomes. I rely heavily on the proactive ticket generator that the Intersight does have. As mentioned, we've experienced a number of DIMM issues, hardware failures, Intersight automatically puts those tickets in, automatically creates an RMA. By the time I'm notified of it, the hardware is already on the way to our building. We have 24 by 4 by 7. So by the time I get the email, the part is within 3 hours. It's in our office, and I can get it replaced and sent back within the same day. So Intersight's it's great for that. Because of the nature of the business that we're in, it didn't really lessen our footprint in terms of servers needed. It lessened our footprint in terms of data center size because, you're lessening the use that you need. So from that, it's been great. But we require the amount of hardware we require. We actually need to upgrade our FIs because the X is faster than our FIs. So that's coming in the next couple months. Nothing negative yet, only positive. We bought 4 X chassis in the last 6 months, and we're on target to buy 2 more before the end of 2025. And we're going to be buying a whole lot more. So we're in, like I said, process of continuing to upgrade and get more UCS as we go. I would say yes. I mean, it's definitely not a cheap product, but you get what you pay for. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Sure. I mean, I use VMware every day. So vSphere, yeah, VMware. I haven't used a different virtualization platform, so I can't say otherwise. So my personal experience, I would say yes, it's great, but someone else might argue otherwise.